There's many definitions for facilitation, and I believe facilitation is the capacity to co-create spaces and places for conversation and connection that inspire participants to remember who they are and discover what their gifts and their strengths are, and so they can leave with inspired action and make a difference in their lives and the lives of the families and people around them. Facilitation is different from teaching. Education is from the outside in. Give me more information, give me more tools so that I can make a change in my life. Facilitation is from working from the inside out, creating change from within, activating and inspiring the inner leader that we all have access to. It's really letting go of this idea of getting it perfect and having the content right and getting the information right, to actually being focused on the experience and creating an experience together and focusing on the quality of our interaction. Facilitation is a way of evoking the beingness of who we are as human beings and supporting us to have conversations with each other in a way that empower each other, elevate each other, inspire each other, and support each other to move forward toward our visions and our dreams. So a facilitation approach can be used one-on-one, or in hosting a meeting, or working with a group, or leading anyone through a module. Facilitator can really create a space for someone to have a new insight or generate a new awareness, and that is enough for change. They can take a new action that can change the course of their life. One of the metaphors I like to share is with a ship. Where I live on Vancouver Island, we often see these large freighter ships that pass by. The freighter ship can set the course, the GPS, and if you change the trajectory of the GPS just by like 1% or 10%, you can end up in a completely different place. It may be a far way off that you actually see the results or the impact of that choice, and just changing my perspective by 1%, 10% can put me in a completely different island, a different country. When I first began facilitating, I used to get so nervous, I thought I would get sick in the garbage can. I would be so nervous to present in front of somebody, that I would get the information wrong, that I would mess up the schedule. It was so stressful for me. And one day I was teaching with two other facilitators, one who had been doing it for over 30 years, and she looked at me and said, "It doesn't matter what you teach. They won't know the difference if you get it right or if you get it wrong. What matters is how you make them feel. That's what they'll remember, is how they feel as a result of being with you. All you need to do is show up. You just need to show up and be present." And that changed my practice. I thought, okay, I can just let go of the agenda. It's important to know what the agenda is. It's important to know what the module is that I'm teaching. It's important that I've reviewed the material. But what matters most is that I am present and that I'm engaged and that I'm speaking from my experience and I'm speaking from my lived truth and my story, because that's what people remember, is the heart connection. So whether you work in the justice system, in an Indigenous community, or in racialized, marginalized communities, I want to acknowledge you for the important work that you're doing and acknowledge that it can be challenging sometimes to keep going, and I want to thank you. Being present and bearing witness to other people's suffering and pain requires a lot of our own energy and heart. And my intention for this session is to support you as a facilitator, as a practitioner, as a person who is in service, to give you some inspiration, some models, some practices that have supported me so that you can continue to do the amazing work that you're doing, because where it all begins is within ourselves.